Hi everyone, it's Tish with Naptime Creations. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you the way I like to fix bubbles in any of my resin art. So I like to go in with 150 grit sandpaper. I do all my sanding outside, so I did this off camera. But what I do is just take, we're going to be fixing coasters. I had some bubbles show up on these coasters, but this would work on art or anything that you have bubbles on, and give it a good sanding until you can see it's kind of like a little dimple and the bubble's no longer there. Then once you have all of that sanded down, just go in with a baby wipe or a paper towel with some isopropyl alcohol. Give it a good cleaning so all the dust gets off, and you want to make sure you're wearing a mask when you're sanding too. And instead of taping, what I like to do is put liquid latex on the back side of my coasters. You can kind of see that little shiny bit that was on there. And I have a dedicated video if you guys want to check that out to see how I do the liquid latex trick. I will link it down below in the description. Be sure to check that video out. And then we're ready to go in and do the top coat. Pretty simple and easy. I'm going to be using the KS Resin countertop resin for these. It's a 1:1 ratio resin. I'm going to mix it up for 4 minutes and then we'll be ready to pour. This resin is a really thick resin, and it's meant for countertops, so it's really good for coasters. So what I did was I poured about 1 ounce. I'm going to be using about 1 ounce on each of my coasters here. Just pour it on in the middle and then smooth it out with your gloved hand. And I like to always make sure I have the tops nice and covered and then worry about the edges. It's always, easier to just make sure that your top has full coverage, and then you can add a little bit to the sides if you need to. So I always say worry about the top first and then go in and do the edges. So it's pretty simple and easy and straightforward. I'm going to go in and do a few more of these and show you guys, but it's a really easy process, and this would work too, like if you had a hair or like a pet hair or some dust land in your coaster or your artwork. What you would do is just sand down to, the debris, and then make sure that that's out of there, and then go in and do your top coat, and the resin takes away any scratches or scuffs from your sandpaper. It makes it all nice and flat and shiny again. And these coasters I uploaded last week. If you guys haven't checked out the video to see exactly how I made these coasters, be sure to go check that out. I will link it down in the description and leave it at the end card screen too. So that way you can see how I made these ones. They're really fun, and I'm definitely going to be trying this technique some more on some other coasters. I have a few different color combinations in mind. So I'm just going in on this last one here. I'm going to smooth it out, make sure everything's all nice and covered. And then I'm going to go in with my heat gun on high heat. Since these are not in the molds, you don't have to worry about, being super gentle with the heat on them. You can go in with your heat gun on high and pop bubbles. Like I said, the KS resin is a thicker resin, so there were a few bubbles, and you'll see when I go in with my heat gun here on high. See all those bubbles popping right there? So just really get up on it and get in there with your heat gun, and that'll pop all your bubbles. So I'm just going to cover them up with an upside down storage tote, and then we'll be ready to pull the liquid latex off the back in 24 hours. So here we are, it's 24 hours later, and you can see the little drips on there from the resin. So all you have to do is take your finger, kind of roll the liquid latex, get a starting point, and then it peels off. Super simple and easy. This is way easier than taping, in my opinion. Unless your coaster is like a square shape or a circle shape, then taping might be easier than liquid latex. But since you've got the design around the edge of the coaster, it's not easy to tape when you've got these edges and different grooves and stuff on your coasters. The liquid latex is so easy. You just paint it on and let it dry, and then the resin drips peel right off. You might get a few that are a little bit harder to get off. So what I do is I just go in with one of my little plastic knives and then they pop right off. But be careful because sometimes they can go flying like across the room. So make sure you're wearing like eye protection or something if you do this because they can kind of go flying over all over the place. I get my liquid latex off Amazon. I'll link it down below in the description. And I'm an Amazon affiliate, so anytime you use my Amazon link to buy anything off Amazon, it helps out my channel. So I really appreciate you guys using my link. Just gonna get this one last little drip off and then I'll bring you guys in for a close-up. So here they are. They turned out really pretty. You can see they still have that beautiful shine. There's no scratches or scuff marks on them or anything from sanding. The new coat of resin takes that away. So yeah, I just wanted to upload this really quickly and show you guys the way that I like to take care of any bubbles or pet hair or debris that may have landed up in your wet resin. Super simple, easy way to fix any, thing you need to fix in your resin art. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any tips or tricks down in the comments. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked it. And be sure to go check out a few more of my other videos. That would really help me out a lot. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you on Monday for another video. Bye.